When a narcissist has to live with the weight of their own choices, something begins to happen that they never expected. See, narcissists spend most of their lives avoiding accountability. They rewrite history, twist reality, and project their pain onto others so they never have to sit with what they've done. They move from person to person, situation to situation, collecting supply, attention, admiration, control, like it's oxygen. But what they don't realize is that at some point, every mask they wear begins to crack, and the weight of all their choices starts to catch up to them. It usually doesn't happen right away. Narcissists can go for a long time pretending they're fine. They'll act like they've moved on, like losing you didn't affect them. They'll post, they'll brag, they'll surround themselves with new people, but deep down, they can't outrun what they've done forever. There's a point where the people around them start to see through the facade. The lies don't land the same way. The manipulation doesn't work as easily. The constant need for validation starts to exhaust everyone around them. This is when a narcissist begins to experience the consequences of their own choices. Not in some dramatic, instant way, but in a slow and suffocating one. Their relationships become shallow because no one truly trusts them. Their reputation starts to fade because people talk. The new supply eventually learns the truth, and the narcissist is left surrounded by walls they built themselves with no one left to blame. What really eats at them is the silence. Narcissists thrive on reactions, anger, tears, begging. That energy feeds them. But when you've walked away and truly gone no contact, they lose that supply. They're left alone with the echo of their own decisions. It's like the one thing they've spent their whole life avoiding finally sits down beside them and refuses to leave. They start to feel the emptiness they've been running from, the one they try to fill with control and attention. They may try to distract themselves again. They'll chase new people, new validation, new ways to feel powerful. But underneath it all, the same truth follows them. The pain, the guilt, and the reality that every bridge they burned was their choice. Every person they discarded was someone who cared. Every manipulation was a decision. When a mask finally slips and they can't control the narrative anymore, they start to crumble internally. They might never admit it to anyone, but that's when the shame hits. The narcissist can't process that shame in a healthy way, so it often turns into anger or self-pity. They tell themselves that everyone betrayed them. They convince themselves they were the victim all along. But deep inside, they know the truth. You can see it in their eyes when they realize they've lost something real. They'll remember the people who loved them, the stability they destroyed, the chances they wasted. And that's when the weight becomes unbearable, because narcissists don't know how to heal. They only know how to run. But when the running stops, when the silence grows louder than their excuses, they're forced to live with the consequences of everything they did to others. And that's the one thing they can't control. So if you've ever wondered whether the narcissist will face the impact of their actions, the answer is yes. It might not be in the way you imagine. There's rarely a big dramatic collapse. It's quieter than that. It's the loneliness, the fading admiration, the isolation they created with their own hands. It's the endless search for someone to fix what they broke inside themselves. The narcissist will always try to act like they're winning. But the truth is, every lie, every betrayal, every manipulation adds to the weight they carry. And when the applause stops and the world stops paying attention, that weight becomes their constant companion. They taught themselves to run from pain, but in the end, pain is all they have left.